that if you want to use it, then go for it. But don't think that I'm going to see 300 calories burned, then only I'll quit my workout. People are crazily obsessed with these things. Alright, what's going on, you guys? You are watching Zellocity, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about smartwatches. Are they accurate? Are they inaccurate? Especially in terms of calories burned, because a lot of people use these kind of watches to count steps, count calories, see your heart rate, etc, etc. Sleep tracking, all of this is there. But in this video, we're going to be particularly talking about the calories burnt, because people use smartwatches the most for calorie burning, to see how many calories they're burning in the workout, to see how many calories they're burning in the entire day, etc, etc. Okay, so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some studies, and we're going to break this down, how accurate or inaccurate these calorie trackers or fitness bands can be. Alright, so I found a couple of interesting studies. So first we're going to go through this study mentioned here, and it's actually an article which is like a combination of other studies which they have done. Okay, so here in the article you can see fitness trackers calorie measurements are prone to error. Okay, researchers recruited 60 participants to take part in a range of exercises while having their heart rate and number of calories burned by measuring fitness trackers as well as clinically approved medical devices used in a clinical setting. 7 fitness trackers were tested, including Apple Watch, which is one of the most expensive in the range, I would say, Fitbit Surge, and Samsung Gear S2. So these 3 are the expensive and the most hot selling ones. Okay, the data from the fitness trackers was compared, blah blah blah. The researchers found, although fitness trackers are generally reliable in their ability to measure heart rate, they perform poorly when measuring the number of calories burned. You see this? The results showed that out of all 7 devices, Apple Watch had the lowest error in measurements, whereas the Samsung Gear S2 had the highest level of error in terms of heart rate measurement. So see, Samsung essentially being one of the hot selling smart watches, it's still not very smart, I would say. Not very smart. I'm not going to bore you with reading the entire article. I'm going to take you through the stuff which is actually important. Okay, so now you can see what did the research involve. The researchers chose the fitness trackers which are worn on the wrist, continuously measure heart rate, have a battery life of more than 24 hours, and were available to consumers at the time of study. Okay, and then 7 trackers were evaluated. One was Apple Watch, Basis Peak, Fitbit Surge, Microsoft Band, Mio, Alpha 2, Pulse On, Samsung Gear 2. So 60 participants over the age of 18 were recruited to take part. Indirect calorimetry is a laboratory technique for measuring fitness in which the maximum oxygen intake while breathing on the treadmill or bicycle ergometer is measured, and a standard formula is used to estimate the energy expended. Okay, so it was used here as a gold standard for measuring calories burned. The data from the trackers was analyzed against the data from these clinically approved instruments, right? So what we are talking about here, indirect calorimetry, it's a laboratory technique. So obviously it's the gold standard, and they're going to measure it with the laboratory clinically approved techniques. And what were the basic results? Overall, researchers found that most fitness trackers were able to measure heart rate fairly accurately, but poorly estimated the number of calories burnt. In the heart rate, you see Apple Watch achieved the lowest error when measuring heart rate. Samsung Gear S2 had the highest error, 6.8% error, and like the range was 4.6 to 9.9%. So it can even show 9% error in measuring your overall heart rate. So it's huge. So it may show 90 beats per minute, but actually your heart rate may be 80 beats per minute or 100 beats per minute. You don't know exactly, right? 9%. It's a big variation, okay? And that's really not something to be considered heavily or relied heavily on, okay? And in the calories burned, the Fitbit Surge performed the best with the lowest error of all 7 trackers, 27.4%. You see, it's the best in the list, the best measurement in the list, and the lowest error that any watch did out of the 7 brands that you see, even Apple, Samsung, Fitbit. Some may say the best was Fitbit in terms of measuring calories accurately, but then still the margin of error was 27.4%. 27%, rounded off to 25%. So suppose if you're burning 1000 calories in a workout, it can show you're burning 750, or it can show you're burning 1250. So 25% margin of error is just crazy, and especially for the price that you pay for these smartwatches like Fitbit Surge, easily 15-20k, Apple Watch 30, 40, 50k, Samsung with the worst kind of accuracy in terms of heart rate measurement. Heart rate measurement, maybe it sucks. So you spend like 30k on these watches, and then what do you end up getting? Just poor calorie tracking, right? With this, I would like to really just give you a short conclusion here, okay? I'm not saying that smartwatch use karna is bad. I use one smartwatch. This is Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. It is not a sponsored video. Okay, this is personally what I use. I got it for 6K from Amazon. It shows me notifications. It shows me my steps. It shows me the time correctly. It shows me the calls. So that's what I actually wanted. I did not want to see how many calories I'm burning. I did not want to see how many heart rate, what's my heart rate, what's my ECG, what's my sleep like. I don't want to track all that. I sleep well, I wake up well, I'm good with that. I work out well, I do my cardio cycling well. I don't want to see how many calories I'm burning in a day. What is the takeaway from this? A short takeaway. Video is not going to end here. I'm going to go through another study to give you more insight on it. But essentially what I'm trying to say here is that if you want to use it, then go for it. But don't think that I'm going to see 300 calories burned, then only I'll quit my workout. People are crazily obsessed with these things. Trust me about it. I literally heard some guy in the gym saying, oh, 450 calories ही हुआ है bro, मैं तो 600 के पहले घर नहीं जाऊंगा. That is just so stupid. Do not do all this, okay? So your muscles do not know how many calories you're burning. Okay, your body does not know how many calories you're burning. What you really have to do is set a goal for yourself. As in, कि चलो ठीक है, I'm going to do these workout, these reps, this weight for your workout, for your weight training. And then let's say you're going to finish it off with some stretching, yoga. And then when you're doing cardio, you just set a time goal. Okay, I'm going to do cardio for 30 minutes at this intensity, at a moderate intensity. Suppose if you're doing HIIT, high intensity interval training, okay? So you decide your intervals and then how long you're going to go about this, right? 30 seconds sprinting and 1 minute 30 seconds of walking, and then again 30 seconds sprinting, 1 minute 30 seconds of walking. Then that's how you do this cycle. So it's HIIT literally goes like this, noi, right? So you get this point. It's like high intensity interval training, right? You do it in intervals, but then you don't stop. So that's how it works. Okay, but anyway, not a video on HIIT. I'll do separately on HIIT sometime in the future. But essentially, what I'm saying here, do not be obsessed with these calorie burning things. Getting a smartwatch would be very beneficial in terms of you getting notifications here, you getting your messages here, you getting your calls here. So if the phone is here, like suppose my phone is charging here, and if I'm out just in the kitchen or in the balcony or somewhere, and if I get a call, I just don't have to rush and see who called, right? I can just see here and just ignore if it's a stupid person or an unwanted call, spam call. Kidding. So if you wear a regular ghadi, you won't see all that. But a smartwatch allows you to see all these notifications. Anyway, let's go with the other Instagram post. So this is a great post by one of my friend, and I really enjoy his posts. You can go follow him on Instagram, Fitter with KJ. Okay. Does your smartwatch accurately show your energy expenditure? Well, study method, walking at leisure pace, smartwatch used, Fitbit Versa 2. Okay. He did walking at a leisure pace, roughly 82 steps per minute, and the following time periods: 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15, etc., and comparing it with actual energy expenditure guidelines 2011 compendium of physical activities. So method used to calculate actual energy expenditure, MET, metabolic equivalent task. Okay, ratio of working metabolic rate to resting metabolic rate. Okay, so MET of 4 means the particular activity burns 4 times the calories as compared to the calories burned while sitting still. Okay. So for all the math geeks here, actual energy expenditure will be body weight into MET into duration in hours. Okay. So that's how we actually estimate. It's the actual physical guidelines. So facts to be noted here, we can see weight, activity, etc. and then MET 3.5 for brevity. Actual energy expenditure AEE, a Fitbit energy expenditure FEE, and true scale multiplier AE to FEE ratio. Now in this we can see duration. If you see here the steps and then FEE, which is basically the Fitbit energy expenditure, what the Fitbit estimates it to be, and actual energy expenditure according to the METs that we calculated, right? So here again, kudos to Kapil for making this very informative post on Instagram. Do check out his Instagram page. It is very helpful for all of us fitness enthusiasts and the nutrition enthusiasts. So here you can see for 1 minute it was 19.78, for 2 minutes it was 64.69, for 3 minutes again it was 19.78, and 4 minutes it was again 64.69. So what can we ascertain from this? We can definitely ascertain from this that the smartwatch is considering your heart rate to actually see how many calories you're burning. The calorimetry is not based on how many calories, how many METs you're burning. Okay, it's based on heart rate, and it just gives you a random estimate, the closest estimate. Okay, now interpretation, FEE, Fitbit energy expenditure, consistently showed higher energy expenditure as compared with the AEE, actual energy expenditure. And on an average, the true scale multiplier was 0.65, which means that even if the smartwatch shows energy expenditure of 100, the actual would be 65 only. So that's crazy. That's crazy. The smartwatch overestimated the energy expenditure by an average of 55%. This conclusion is valid only for the mentioned activity walking. Different activities will have different deviations, and the observation is in line with the PubMed ID, and this is basically a research study. Bonus information here, actual energy expenditure for 10,000 steps is calculated for various body weights, right? An average 70 kg individual can burn about 489 calories, and a 100 kg individual would burn about 700 calories in 10,000 steps, okay? So this is very subjective from person to person, that how many calories you burn, because literally, if you walk for 2 minutes at the same pace, and if I walk for 2 minutes at the same pace with the same watch, then it shows the similar amount of calories. It doesn't give you a variance. But in reality, in the actual energy expenditure, there will be a variance. Okay, there will be a variance, because if I'm 75 kgs and if you're just 65 kgs, I'm going to be burning way more calories than you are. Okay, so this is something that you need to note. Okay, that different people with different kinds of muscle mass, with different kinds of height, with different metabolic rates, burn calories differently. Okay, so this is something that you need to account. And again, coming to the same thing here, if you're spending so much on a calorie tracker, even Apple Watch for that matter, yeah, if you have shit ton of money and if you want to spend it on an Apple Watch, then be my guest. Go ahead and spend your money wherever you want to. You might as well just take 20,000 rupees and just burn it. Well, no, not exactly. You can invest it in mutual funds, in stocks, in gold, wherever, but don't invest so much of money into this stupid things like Apple Watch and expensive smartwatches, okay? Unless it's your passion. I'm not saying it's stupid for everybody. For me, it is very stupid. For you, it may not be. No offense here, okay? But it really does not make sense to me that I'm spending so much of money into something which doesn't really give me accurate information. For the notifications, for the calls, I have a 6K wala watch. It works perfectly fine. I don't need a 30-40K wala watch to just show me that, okay? And invest the surplus, the 30K, 25K, whatever, into some assets which would really help me gain money over the long term, right? Like some stocks, mutual funds, gold, cryptocurrency. I'm just giving you examples, okay? Don't start commenting, oh, which crypto you're investing in, please, no. So long story short, again, invest money into the right things. Don't spend money unnecessarily on these expensive smartwatches thinking that they will show you accurate amount of calories. I'm going to burn 600 calories in the gym, then only I'll go out. Stop all this obsession. It is fine to measure your steps count, but it is not accurate in terms of calorie burning, okay? This is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, then hit the like button, share this video with your friends and family and your gym buddies, because it really helps the algorithm and it would help me and others as well. And subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Click the bell icon also if you want to get notifications whenever I post videos. And this is my Instagram. You can head over to my Instagram and see what I post in a day, what I do in a day, what I eat in a day, or you can even hit me up on my Instagram for my personal coachings, video consultations, and that's how I would be able to help you. And thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more interesting content. Live a happy life, live a healthy life, and eat your goddamn protein, eat your goddamn vitamins, minerals, and do not spend your goddamn money onto these expensive stupid stuff. Okay, bye bye, see you.